Forecast. Hi, Kate.
Hi, Natasha. Yeah, starting with the good news, which is that today looks like the last day, as you said, of the heat wave, our last next weather alert day. The problem is it's very similar to yesterday. It's very hot, it's very humid, and we'll have another round of storms this afternoon and evening. You can see still some clouds over the city, some kind of residual clouds from last night's storms. Those have pretty much all moved away. But let's take a look at temperatures already really starting to heat up out there. Not quite as hot as it was at this time yesterday. At this time yesterday, if you remember, temperatures were already heading toward 83, 84 degrees. Now we're looking at 78 in Wilmington, Millville there at the front of your screen at 81 degrees. Wilmington again in the 70s, but Philadelphia, we are at 80 right now, and up in Allentown, 78 degrees. So we're running 3-4 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, and the dew points slightly lower as well. That being said, it is still very hot and very humid outside today. In fact, if we take a look at these feels like temperatures, they are starting to climb. Right now it's 80 in Philadelphia, but it feels like 85. Already have those feels like temperatures in the 90s down in Millville, Wildwood, and in Dover. And the heat and humidity will combine to bring us another heat warning day, another day of dangerous heat, an excessive heat warning followed by gusty storms today. Now tomorrow is a transition day as drier air starts to move in, and then we do have a pleasant stretch to tell you about into the weekend. But first, be careful out there today. Once again, all those heat-related precautions, we've talked about them over and over with all this heat, but plenty of water. Try to take breaks indoors. Stay cool. We're headed to 94, 95 today. Feels like 103, and then here come the storms. Natasha, coming up, I'll take you through it hour by hour, and I'll tell you when it'll finally feel more comfy outside. Back over to you.
All right, Kate, thank you very much.
The entire month of July has just been heat and humidity. You almost forget we had a few days at the beginning of the month of nice, seasonable, comfortable temperatures, but that's where we're headed by the end of the week. We have to get through today first. Let's take a look at one of our cameras in our local area. We'll take you out to Plymouth Meeting, showing a nice view of the sky from the Place One apartments there in Montgomery County. Lots of green, the trees, like all the rain we got yesterday. Hopefully it helped you water your plants and your gardens out there, but it's another hazy, hot and humid day. Still seeing some cloud cover, but blue sky. Slightly cooler than yesterday, but still very, very uncomfortable. Let's take a look at temperatures. Again, the shore, the place to be if you want to beat the heat, because that's where we have the sea breeze really kicking in this afternoon. It'll take you down to Cape May, where it's currently 79 degrees. It's 81 here in Millville this morning. 83 in Dover, but it is still very, very humid. Dew points are well up in the 70s, and that means these temperatures are feeling almost 10 degrees hotter than they actually are. We're still near 80 degrees in Philadelphia right now, sitting at the 80 mark, 78 in Allentown, and Wilmington, Delaware this morning right at 78. So this time yesterday we were warming up into the mid 80s. Today is a little bit better, but not much, and it's still an excessive heat warning. So let's go ahead and take a look at what to expect. I want to time out the thunderstorms for later today, because if you do have any plans this afternoon and this evening, much like yesterday, storms are going to roll through and they will bring very heavy downpours. First and foremost, though, our next weather alert is for the heat. Still that excessive heat warning, still with feels like temperatures as high as 105 today. Our high in the city, 95, which is well above average. 88 is right about where we should be. 86 at the shore, a little cooler. Now storms should hold off until more like 8 o'clock and on down the shore, so you will have most of the day on the sand to enjoy that cooler air, that sea breeze. 90 degrees today in the Lehigh Valley. So taking a look, clouds and radar showing this little corridor of sunshine that we'll be seeing for much of the midday time frame. Our cold front is all the way back here, and that's what's going to come through later on this evening with gusty storms, but it doesn't fully clear until tomorrow afternoon. So in the meantime, we're going to keep the humidity high. By 4 p.m., you start to see these storms breaking out up across the Lehigh Valley and the north and west suburbs. 6 to 8 p.m. I think is the time frame that storms will be centered right over Philadelphia. And notice the red shading here. Any one of these storms will produce intense downpours, moves down the shore by 10 or 11 o'clock, and then the storms kind of fizzle, but the back edge of the cold front is still all the way back here, and it's going to take through the day tomorrow before that front fully clears and that drier air settles in. So tomorrow is a transition day. There may even still be a few scattered showers. Then that drier air settles upon us on Friday, and Friday is a beautiful day. Today, though, we are in a slight risk for severe weather. Where you see this yellow, that's a level 2 out of 5. Biggest threats with any storms today, much like the storms yesterday, heavy rain, intense downpours with localized flooding, as well as strong winds. Tornado threat is low. It's not 0, but it does look like straight line winds would be the bigger concern with today's storms. Dew points then after tomorrow morning, well, tomorrow we transition. Dew points drop, and by Friday morning, dew points are in the comfortable range. We've got a beautiful stretch of weather starting Friday, really, and continuing as we head into the weekend. So a quick look at your next weather 7-day forecast. Today, one more alert day, and then we're sitting pretty for a while. Friday is beautiful. Saturday looks pretty great as well. And then Sunday and Monday just a little hotter and slightly more humid as we head back to right around 90. Still much better, Natasha, than what we've been feeling this week. I'll send it back to you.
Oh my goodness, certainly. I can't wait for that. Thank you very much, Kate.